Let's quickly break down what has been said by the leaders of the Gupkar Alliance. Firstly, and the most important point they've made is that all of them who have been sent an invitation by the central leadership to attend the Prime Minister's meeting will be in the national capital for the same. Zeenat, if you could hear me. We'll reconnect with Zeenat because she's very, very closely tracking each and every development taking place there. But this certainly is a big, big takeaway. All of the leaders of the Gupkar League who have been sent an invite by the Prime Minister for the June 24 meeting will very much be attending the meeting. Further, the leaders of the Gupkar League have said that they don't have any agenda already for the meeting, but certainly will be presenting their agenda before the central leadership. Also went on to say that there is no compromise on Article 370 and 35A. But let's see how this plays out and what happens on June 24, because for the moment, what we thought could possibly not happen, which meant that Mehbooba Mufti certainly at one point in time was giving indications that she was a little reluctant to attend this meeting, has also said that she too will be heading to the national capital for the June 24 meeting. Zeenat is back with us. Yes, Zeenat.
See, Christian, as we were pointing earlier also that the Farooq Abdullah has said to Mehbooba that the invitation has come to them individually. Invitation has gone to the political parties, not to the PAGD. That is why now the Mehbooba seems syncing with the tone of Farooq Abdullah and had agreed to go. Now what we are picking from the press conference that all the leaders from Jammu and Kashmir are going, and as per the spokesman of the PAGD, he said that he will be, the PAGD and the individual parties will be putting the agenda as far as the Article 370 and 35A restoration is concerned, and there is no preconditions there. People, they will be pitching about the sufferings of the people and the way people have suffered in 2 years. In fact, the Mehbooba Mufti also said that there should be some kind of confidence building measures, like the prisoners who are behind the bars for the last 2 years, they should be released, and also the people who suffered because of after the abrogation of Article 370, whether people related to trade or tourism, they should be helped. That kind of confidence building measures should come. Meanwhile, Tariq Ami, who's also a CPIM leader, said that there is no agenda, but he will tell the Prime Minister that whatever was done on 5th of August, it was unconstitutional, and the guarantees that were given to the people of Jammu and Kashmir under Constitution should be restored. So they are saying that there is no agenda that has been fixed, but they will tell the Prime Minister all about what these people and the people of Jammu and Kashmir suffered in 2 years. So this time now all the political leaders, the political parties are on one page that they will be meeting the Prime Minister of India on 24th of June at Lok Kalyan Marg at 3 p.m.
Yes, important to point out how the leaders have said that there is no precondition though, but they will be putting out their expectations, they will be raising all of their concerns with the Prime Minister. And like Zeenat was pointing out, Mehbooba Mufti said that certain confidence building measures must be put in place, and she was never close to dialogue. She was always open to dialogue. There was a lot of speculation about whether Mehbooba Mufti will be attending this meeting. But yes, all of those leaders who have been sent the invite will be in the national capital meeting the Prime Minister on 24, 2 days from now. Our senior executive editor, Abhishek Kapoor, is also with us on the phone line. Abhishek, now that we know that all of those Jammu and Kashmir leaders will be meeting the Prime Minister on 24th, how does this become more relevant? Because this is happening for the first very time, such an exercise after abrogation of Article 370.
Well, Christine, number one, we have the central leadership or the center making very public commitments, beginning with Home Minister Amit Shah in Parliament and Prime Minister from the Red Fort that statehood for Jammu and Kashmir would be restored, that democratic process would be started and carried on when the situation is conducive. We have seen how over the last 6 to 8 months, normalcy has returned in the valley. Remember, when we say Jammu and Kashmir, there is Jammu and Kashmir, the valley. essentially whatever trouble happens essentially is around the valley. So we have seen normality returning in the valley, gradual restoration.
Abhishek, I'm afraid I'll have to interrupt you there. We have BJP's Gaurav Bhatia, and then I'll come back to you. Mr. Gaurav Bhatia, a confirmation from all of those mainstream leaders in JNK saying that all the leaders of Gupkar League will very much be present for the meeting that will take place in the national capital with the Prime Minister on 24th of June. What do you make of this? Do you think this is the step in the right direction?
In a democracy, dialogue should always be the key. And Shri Narendra Modi ji has always believed in having a healthy discussion and dialogue with all political parties across the spectrum. Therefore, it is a positive sign that these parties have decided to be a participant in the dialogue that will take place. And I think the dialogue should be open-minded. It will be. And there should be a positive approach from all these political parties in the interest of our country.
You know, there were concerns, Mr. Gaurav Bhatia, on whether or not certain leaders from JNK are reluctant on attending the meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. You know, a lot of reports coming in of especially Mehbooba Mufti being a little reluctant perhaps, but now she says she's open to dialogue. There is no precondition before this meeting, but they will certainly be putting out their concerns ahead of the Prime Minister.
See, I would not like to comment specifically on any leader, and I'm sure that every participant will honor and respect the spirit of the Constitution and thus engage in a very positive manner. And I think it is good to make suggestions, but ultimately there shouldn't be a precondition.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Gaurav Bhatia, for speaking to us and sharing that perspective. We also have Aishwarya Kapoor, our political editor, joining us. All right. I beg your pardon. Abhishek continues to be with us. Abhishek, yes, you were making your point. You heard the BJP spokesperson there as well, not wanting to particularly comment on any leader specifically, but yes, saying that this is a welcome step, given that everyone will be holding discussions on one table together for the first time after that big decision was taken in the Union Territory.
Well, absolutely. You know, Krishna, what I was explaining was that when we talk of Jammu and Kashmir, it always goes beyond the perspective of one political party or even the ruling party. What is important is that, as I was explaining, there have been very public statements and commitments by the centre, by the Home Minister, by the Prime Minister. And what we are seeing is a process panning out which would lead to fulfillment of those commitments, essentially the restoration of statehood for Jammu and Kashmir, delimitation exercise that is going on. The centre has been saying that once the delimitation exercise is over, there is a report, it is implemented, elections can be held, and there can be restoration of statehood for Jammu and Kashmir. So I think the fact that all these leaders were on the sidelines, remember, after that, once the normalcy returned, we have had panchayat elections in Jammu and Kashmir. We have had a new tier of governance being created at the block level, and the BBC polls that happened. A new tier of leadership has got created, and now, of course, when statehood has to be restored post delimitation, you have to engage with these leaders. So I think Centre showing its commitment, very public commitment to restoring statehood to Jammu and Kashmir post the abrogation of Article 370, which was, I would say, not just an agenda of the BJP, but a national sentiment. And we have seen how, after the abrogation, some tough measures were taken, but then, by and large, the valley remained peaceful. And since a restoration of every other aspect of civic life, including, for example, 4G, which had become sort of even an international issue, I think this is a step in the direction of getting everyone involved. The fact that, remember, this is not a political alliance. As it is called, People's Alliance for Gupkar Declaration, essentially it was coming together of these political parties in Kashmir, which otherwise contest against each other for the political space. So it's not that a political alliance is coming in to negotiate on behalf of people of Kashmir with the centre. These are all political parties, individual political parties, which once elections are announced would be contesting against each other. So essentially this is about taking them on board about the political process, and the government by inviting them and having this dialogue, essentially making a very public commitment to delimitation and post-delimitation to restoration of statehood and coming back of democracy as the state. Remember, as I said, at the panchayat elections, that happened after a gap of more than a decade and a new tier of governance being created, democracy at the grassroots has been established in the valley in the last year, and now it is about at the state level, and I think this dialogue is about that.
Absolutely. And what you just pointed out, Abhishek, is exactly what Mehbooba Mufti also said when she confirmed that she will be attending that meeting, that Farooq Abdullah and her had a conversation about how this invitation is to the respective political parties and their representatives and not really leaders belonging to the Gupkar League. So a step certainly in the right direction. For the moment, I'll leave it at that with you. Let me quickly go back to Zeenat and Gursimran, who are reporting from Ground Zero on this big political story. Gursimran, before I take this to Zeenat, on the key takeaways once again, we'll highlight them for our viewers once again. But let's also point out why this becomes extremely relevant and important. Let's talk about the political process. That certainly has been the concern of the central leadership time and again. Now, no political process except for the local body polls has taken place in Jammu and Kashmir. And that is also something that has been boycotted by the regional leadership time and again. So a lot of issues such as that could also be put on the table by the central government.
See, indeed, but we have to understand that the day Prime Minister Narendra Modi sent an invite to the leadership in Jammu and Kashmir, that day only the political process in Jammu and Kashmir started. Because from the day one, I'm saying that Mehbooba Mufti will be taking part, and now she is. Reason being that there is a growing resentment among these parties as well, that majority of the leaders in these parties, some 15 to 16 leaders, they are of the view that it is a high time these parties should start the dialogue with the union government. And now this time the union government themselves gave them opportunity, and this was a golden opportunity for the Jammu and Kashmir based political parties to grab them and to have a dialogue with the centre, because the way forward for Jammu and Kashmir post abrogation of Article 370 and 35 alpha lies in the dialogue with the centre. We have seen that in last 1.5 years these political parties, they somewhat stayed away from the political process. There was nothing happening on ground, and that was really a concern for the centre. But with this move, the union government, they have outplayed each and every political party, especially Kashmir based political party, because we have seen political parties coming out and saying that the centre has to take steps, centre has to take initiative, and this time the centre has taken initiative and invited all of them. Though there was a flip-flop policy that was being adopted by the People's Democratic Party, because for National Conference it was all clear that they will be going, even the Jammu-based leadership has confirmed to Republic that they have conveyed to the party that it's a high time they should also go to New Delhi, as New Delhi has invited them, and it has been ideology of the National Conference to have dialogue and to resolve the issues with the dialogue. But Mehbooba Mufti, for her hardcore, so-called hardcore vote share, she tried to make a flip-flop, saying that she will be discussing it with other leaders, other alliance partners. But yes, at last, the pressure that was mounted by some 15 to 16 leaders who are part of the People's Alliance for the Gupkar Declaration, that means from National Conference and PDP, those who were mounting pressure, she's come to that pressure from her own party leader, and she decided that she will be taking part in the all-party meeting that has been called by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, because it is a new turf. Then Jammu and Kashmir has got a new turf. Earlier it was the central government used to go to the door of separatists, but now this time the mainstream politicians, they have been invited, and the separatists, they have been kept at bay. So it will be a new politics in Jammu and Kashmir that has started, and now we have to see how this goes, because in the meeting with the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, People Alliance for the Gupkar Declaration will be putting their demand for restoration of pre-4 August status for Jammu and Kashmir. That is the Article 370, 35 alpha restoration, along with the statehood, that is including Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir as well as Union Territory of Ladakh. So things will happen, and we have to see how things actually carve out. But yes, as of now, the big development is that all the leaders who have been invited by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, they will be taking part, and it will be all-party meeting, not an alliance meeting. Yes.
Yes, and that has been reiterated by all the leaders time and again, because this is the first time this kind of an exercise will take place. Dialogue between the Valley's mainstream politicians in New Delhi have remained frozen, remember, after August 2019. So a lot of developments expected to take place on this front. Thank you, Gursimran, for putting that into perspective.